everyone, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. I'm here for the 10 by 8 spread edition I'm going to do with the idea of this fun little piece of cardboard that I use along with my Stampin' Up! Punch to make the ticket indent that I couldn't think of, and work through that. I wanted to give you a couple ideas, and then this one will not be as long as my last video because I'll show you just one idea and then it'll like how I'm going to do it, and then I'll just put it together. So it won't be, you know, like a 25-minute video like my last one. But I thought I'd share with you just a couple ways you could do this depending on your style and what you want to do. Again, I am going to fussy cut these out anyways, so we'll see if I end up incorporating any of them. But yeah, I want to use this type of size, I think. And I'm going to fussy cut all these tags out. I was also thinking I could use these as well, so you have different sizes and you could place it on either a pattern paper or all these different things that you could do. Just a plain piece of cardstock and line them up and just have little flips or something. So that's an option as well. And then of course I got in the red so you could have nice pops of color. And I am going to fussy cut all these out and see if I use any of them, and if I don't, that's okay. But they're there, so that's going to happen. And then the other thing I was thinking is, because you would have, let me do it on a piece of paper so you can actually see it. You would have like these lined up, and then maybe you'd have a ticket, like a tag, and then maybe that longer piece. So like you could have just different rows and different sizes, and that would be really, really fun. So that's one option. You can do it on a piece like this. I was also thinking if you happen to have this particular pattern paper from, I think it was last year's, I think you might have to cut these just a little bit, but maybe if you trimmed it to do by 6 by 8 or something, I think it would fit this way. So you could go, you know, 2, 4, 6, and then you just have the 6 by 8. So that would look really cool. All sorts of different things that you can do. You could also, and I don't know how well this is going to read, but I have figured out that if you have 2 of the 2x2 pockets, and you just use your fuse or your sewing machine or whatever you want to get them together. You could washi tape it together even and have kind of a more arts and crafts type look. But you'd fuse that together because you just need to take away one row of them. It also fits to the 6 by 8, sorry, the 10 by 8 size that you want. And it would fit perfectly in your album. And then you would have to fold these a little bit more because this is larger, but you could have them there and have little things actually in your pockets or whatever have you. You have all these different options. You can make these little flips even, and so that they would then flip down and you'd have your photo, or I mean there's so many different options. Maybe you want to do it flipping up so that you'd have the little bit of the side over, and then you'd have your photo so you could tape it and you won't see the actual flip, and then you could flip them all up. That would look really neat too. So all these different ideas coming in my head. What I think I'm going to do is I found this December paper, and then of course this paper as well, and this is the one I'm going to use all my little bits on. But I'm going to go ahead and have these and then place one of the tags from these plastic tag sets on top, and they are going to be little pockets as well, and then little photos are going to go ahead and come out of them is my plan. I think that's really neat. However, now that I've made that idea about the front, about doing it this way. Oh, scared my cat. And then having them flip up, I might do that for another 6 by 8 too. I think that's a really neat idea. But yes, my plan is to go ahead and cut a bunch of these out. I need to make sure that they're the right width. I want them to be the same as this tag size, because I think even with that, yeah. So I just have to do a little bit of editing onto my sizing, and then I'm going to go ahead and lay them across. And I think I can do, I'll be able to do 3 down and probably 4 over. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 4. I could probably do 5 if I did it closely. 3, 4. I could do 5, so I'll do 3 by 5 then. And I'm also going to take this one, and I'm not sure if I'm going to use this part of the December or this December. I haven't quite decided, but I'm going to go ahead and stitch them. And so that it's a pop of color. I'm thinking maybe red. You know, that would look really fun to pop off of there. And then it's going to be a 2-page spread when all is said and done. So that is my plan. I'm going to start working a little bit and I'll come back. Okay, so I think I have this one the way I want it to look. We'll see. I kind of went with all of the kind of white tags, so to speak, clear tags, I guess. And I cut out 5 of both the red and the vellum tags because I love that look of the vellum on top of it. It just is really subtle. And so a little pop of red, which I like. And then I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and have 3 more and put these ones down at the bottom and then stitch this. I decided this is going to be the one I stitch, and I'll do it in red. And I have either this red or it's just a slightly brighter red. I'm not sure which one looks best. I think I might use this a little tiny bit of a darker red. And I'm just going to get that all stitched up. So that'll be really cool. And then do 3 more little pockets so that they stand out and aren't see-through. And then that'll work really well. And then I just have to figure out what I'm going to do for the inserts for these. But before I kind of do that part, I just wanted to show you one quick thing when it comes to making these. Being a little bit more precise than I was in the last one because I didn't know where I was going with it, but this one I do. I cut my squares so that they are they can be folded over correctly. That's what I'm trying to say here. And so the way I do it is, because not everyone has a scoreboard and all of that, but if you have your trimmers, especially the Fiskars one, the line's right there. And so you just line it up wherever it is that you want it to be. I think this one's supposed to be by 2, right? I have to do my math now. Yes, by 2. So I can do like this, yeah. And so you just take your whatever you want, and you can use anything because all you're doing is just scoring it, and then it just makes it easier for you when it's time to fold it over, and you don't have to worry about the fact that you're making your own lines and then they aren't straight, because when you're doing multiples like that, you do kind of want them all to be the same, and not like when I stacked them on top with my 6x8 project, I didn't care that they weren't exactly the same. There's only 3 of them. It doesn't really catch your eye as much as it does when it's a set longer than that. All right, so and then again you just kind of trim the excess so it's not too bulky, and then you'll just put your score tape or red line adhesive, whatever you use, and then that makes your little pocket. And I am going to make sure to do my I can't think of any words today. I am going to use all of these to make the cute little indents for them. Oh, you know why it's not working? It's because I took out, there we go. So 1, 2, and then it's got the little ticket look to it. All right, I'm gonna get this finished up. Okay, one more thought process before I actually show you my finished project. I started to punch out for December because my plan was to go like this. However, as I was looking at it, I was thinking like, what if I did all the decks instead. So like I did this one and this one and this one and those two and this one. Probably would leave that one out. But I could do, yeah, like what if I did, that would look really cool because it would just be a resting page and then pair it next to this one. And I could just switch a couple of these out with these if I wanted to. Like I could take out this good tidings and do our special story. And I could do, maybe we could take out the present one, and maybe we could take out, let's move these a little bit. And maybe we could take out, I don't mind that star one, but this one is a little, I'm finding this one a little much. So maybe like this. Or maybe we'll take this out. And then it could look like that. And then we'll rotate these like so. Or like so. Anyways, that might be an option. I actually think I like that. Because then our special story, and then I'll put our initial, the first letter of each of our names on the vellum. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do that instead of just highlighting this whole word December. However, I think that would look cool too, but I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. I'm really struggling. I'm going to start with these ones and go from there. All right, it is all done and I love it. So here is a look at the stitching. I did decide to just do the one word. I think it's quite impactful, so that works really, really well. And I'm just gonna leave it. I was gonna put little ones down here, but I've decided it's a nice resting spot. And so we're just gonna let that be. And then this is going to be the companion part to it. So the ones that have our initials, they will slide and there will be a photo of each one of us. I believe that's kind of my plan there. And then each one of these pulls out and there will be words or photos or something. I haven't quite decided what it's going to be about, but it gives me a spot for 10. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, 10, which is perfect because this holiday album that I'm creating is documenting our family being a family for 10 years. So it's a really exciting thing. All right. So thank you so much for spending some time with me and seeing how I was able to make these cute little pockets work in a 10x8 size. And if you missed the 6x8, there is a video for that one too. It's quite long, but I will have the link to that in case you're interested in seeing what I did with that one. I'll see you all again soon. Bye everyone.